What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and today we are playing a video game for the Nintendo Super Famicom exclusively. We're playing on the Retron 5 today with an English fan-made translation patch, and that game is Tenchi Muyo Gamehen, also known as Tenchi Muyo the video game, which was a Super Famicom exclusive. So yeah, it's a long-running series. It's very fun. There was a manga as well. I don't know if it was based on the manga or if the anime came first and there was like a sub-series. But Tenchi Muyo also spawned a movie, which I've had this movie for a very long time on DVD. And then there's a sequel series called Tenchi Universe, which is great as well. And there's other follow-up series that I haven't really caught up on all of them, but the latest one I've seen is Tenchi in Tokyo, which is a good series too. And I even got some of the action figures of Tenchi and my favorite character, Ryoko. But Tenchi and Ryoko are from the box. This is the one I have loose from when I was a kid. So let's jump in with Tenchi Muyo for the Nintendo Super Famicom. Today on Hybrid Games' Famicom Fridays. For the English translation patch. So I want to give a big thank you and shout out to whoever translated this. It looks like they did it back in 2000. Usually people did it with like ROMs on the internet, downloading ROMs, but this is the actual game card loaded with a ROM patch file on the Retron 5. So we got a little intro here. They're all at Tenchi's house. Okay, so we got this weird pattern on the floor, something weird's going on. There's some aliens or demons in the house. So we gotta defend Tenchi, and Tenchi's ready to fight too. He's got his sword out. Now, let's see what we got here. Is there a character select? Yeah, okay. So we select our characters. You can choose from 4 characters to have in your party at one time. And there is leveling up. It's not as deep as like Final Fantasy Tactics or Ogre Battle or Ogre Tactics. Tactics Ogre. But yeah, so in this one, you gotta choose what you have right here, which is Tenchi, Ayaka, Ryoko, and Mihoshi. So you always have those characters in your party no matter what, and I'm pretty sure you always have Sasami, and I think you always have Washu, because we're rescuing them in this one. So let's jump in. Nothing really too detailed to choose from there, because you just gotta choose what you have. So this kind of introduces you to the gameplay, but it doesn't really explain it as far as what I remember. So you can see there's your name, there's your level. The little dots, I'm not sure what those are. Those little green dots, and then there's darker green dots below it. I'm not sure what that is at the moment. It's been a little while since I played this. So strength is 10, defense is 37, and your HP is 52 out of 52. So that's basically the stats, your health, your strength, your defense. That's it. So you choose, I think you choose a place to move. Or no, you click on Tenchi, okay. Then you can choose move, attack, or end your turn. So let's move Tenchi up here. Another thing you might want to pay attention to is sometimes attacks can be long-ranged. But this game's a little more forgiving than some of those games like Disgaea or even Mario and Rabbids. Is that you can move and you get a chance to undo that move. You don't have to, do everything and then like... Basically on Mario, if you move to attack an enemy, and you mess up, you can't undo that. You can undo that on this, so I like that. Cross cut is its attack, and you can choose the enemy to attack if they were in range. That little like cross cutout was your range of your attack, and you can choose one enemy to attack with that weapon, which is his sword. So now we got Ayaka's turn. You click on Ayaka, you gotta move. But first I want to press B and check out attack. Does she have a ranged attack? No. It'll tell you the spaces and like the range of the attack in that little top corner. Yeah, the icon will tell you. So let's go to move, and I'm gonna try to take down her whole enemy in this first turn. So what I'm gonna do is walk over here. It is a little slow paced, but it's fun. Attack, and then I'm gonna do execution. I'm gonna attack that enemy there. Now, since she's in range of these other 2 monsters, she could attack either one, so you can choose from them when you're in range of them, of course. Let's go back there. I'll attack this one. Whip him, and now he is dead. Defeated that monster. Critical hit, too. 16 HP of damage. Nice. Now it's Ryoko's turn, and there's some nice voice acting clips. I'm not sure if it's the same cast as the Japanese anime or not. I usually watch this anime with the English dub. I think I've watched some of it in Japanese before. But yeah, so it's Ryoko's turn, but I'm not sure which characters have ranged attacks. I think Mihoshi might, or maybe one of her later attacks is. So Ryoko has a sword that's 2-1, which I believe you can attack multiple enemies or multiple squares with one attack. But I don't have anyone that can do that on with this layout so far. So let's go down to attack, and then see, yeah, hers go, Ryoko's attacks are 2, so they have a bigger range, and they can hit multiple enemies, I believe, or maybe they can only hit one, but they have a better distance. I could actually, what I could have done was stand back a little further, but these enemies are just going to run at me anyways next turn, and I don't think there's any counter-attacking, so here's Mihoshi, and she might have a gun. Yeah, she has a blaster, so with her, I can actually do this. I could move backwards here, I think, and then attack with the blaster and still hit the enemy. So range attacks are a thing. Just shoot him up, take away half of his health, which is the HP, of course. Now we've got some more monsters coming in. Just punch Tenchi in the face. This is all the monsters' turn, which is auto-played. You can kind of skip through it, I guess, if you hit the A button a bit. Which is what I like on more modern tactical RPGs. Not sure about XCOM, but Mario Rabbids does this where you can speed up, fast forward the game. Of course, on Super Nintendo, you know, it's a slower system, of course, so sometimes it does have some sluggish slowdown on certain games. This one has a little bit of that, but you can't fast forward it, of course. So I'm gonna go team up with Ryoko here and attack this guy. Not that guy, that guy. Cool. I did a lot of damage there. 12, not as much as last time, but it's okay, because last time was a critical hit. A critical hit will basically, it's a rare chance to do a critical hit, and if you do get that rare chance, you will do more damage than usual. It's a basic Dungeons and Dragons type thing, and let's do this. I'm gonna try this. I want to see if I can hit him with a sword from a distance. Yeah. You know, I played this game the first time. I was just playing really casually. I didn't really expect to beat the whole game in one sitting, but I did. And this was early last year. I didn't spend that much time on the tactics. I didn't have that much hard of a time playing the game. But I'm being a little more cautious this time because let's playing it on a Famicom Friday. And yeah, this is cool. So they just keep kind of appearing for a while until you kill as many as there are. So there's always a lot of enemies here. And speaking of other things you can do, you do, as you level up, get more attacks. I don't think there's equipment in this game. I'm trying to think about if there's equipment in this game or not. The first B, because I think... no. At the start of a turn, like before you even move, I think you can look at enemies' health. Maybe not. There we go. So I want to see which one has the lowest health. So I don't even need to move Tenchi. I can just leave him there and attack the guy right in front of him because I'm trying to, you know, kill him off. Yeah. Oh, that was a cool. It was a double hitter. Was that a critical? Or it just looked like he hit him harder. But what I was talking about with equipment, I don't think there's anything like equipment, like, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics. You'll go to a blacksmith or equipment shop, and you know, you'll get better weapons for your army or whatever in that game. In this game, I don't think there's even items. I think it's just yeah. And I made a mistake with Mihoshi. Last turn I moved her back and shot the guy. This turn I'm too far away to hit anyone, I think. And I can hit anyone. No enemies in range, okay. So, for her, all she can do is end her turn. There's no one I can get in that range of her shot. No, no, don't punch her. It's my waifu. I mean, well, kinda, yeah. She's my favorite character in this series. Surprise attack. Mihoshi lost 19 HP. anyone dies, we'll have some hard time and probably riot. Nah, I won't rage quit or anything like that. It's not going to get that hard. I think there's a part where... I don't think you have to kill all of them. I think there's a part where it cuts you off after you've killed a certain amount. And not every level is like that. Most of the time, there's a set amount of enemies, and you fight them, and then they go away, and that's it. But, yeah. Let's try to defeat this guy. I can probably kill him. Yeah, there we go. Because the minimum I would do with her is 12, I believe, so I did 18. I don't know how it really calculates the damage, because it's not every turn you do the same damage. Oh, she leveled up. Good. You can level up mid-battle. It's not like Final Fantasy, the RPG ones, where the mainline Final Fantasies, usually you just, you don't level up during a battle, you level up after the battle when the experience is calculated. So anyways, let's go back a little bit, because she has that, 2 range again. Attack this guy, and what else is different than modern tactical RPGs? Oh, I don't think you can rotate the camera. It has a fixed camera angle, it has that isometric, style that these games are known for, like a game board, tabletop RPG. It's basically what it's based on, Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Without the role playing as much, the role playing is more of the story, and it's set, and then in this, the tactics is more like when you're battling in D&D. So it's pretty cool. I love how they have this as the style for this game. They could have done a fighting game, which I don't think there's a Tenchi fighting game, but that'd be cool. They could have done so many different genres with Tenchi. They could have just done a dating sim, kept it simple, which I think there is one of those. But, I'll get that guy. I feel like when I was watching this, I was probably like 12 or 13 when I first started watching Tenchi Muyo and renting it at like Hollywood Video and stuff. And really liking this anime a lot. When I was doing that, I was playing D&D at the time. Like, I haven't played D&D as much as an adult or anything, but I played it when I was like 12, 13, 14. I think this game I would have loved this if this was in North America. I mean, I could have gotten it potentially, but I don't know how I would have gotten anything from Japan back in that day. And that time, I don't know how. I don't think it was before eBay, probably. I could move her back, but I'm going to just try staying still and shooting, because I don't want to mess up the next turn, where I would have to... I might miss my chance to attack. Is Ryoko's turn, or did she not go yet? Or did she go yet? I don't know. Tenchi lost 1 HP, because he got a lot of defense. It shows the stats. So it makes sense. He has higher defense. And he is level 2 now, which I think I was talking over that, but yeah. Okay, Ayaka's turn, and we are winding down the enemies, because you can see there's only 2 left instead. Oh, she has a new ability as we level up. We got a new ability. We got Heal, which is really good for keeping your party alive, of course. But we're going to use her to attack, so there's only like, well, there's 1 more enemy. And we should be winding down the first battle of the game. I believe there's like 10 or 20, there's probably like 20 different battles in this game. I think a couple of them are optional because I think I missed character when I was playing it the first time. And I talked about this a lot, this game a lot in the past when I first got it. I think I did a pickups video where I got it, but I'm not sure about that. Because I've done so many Famicom Fridays and they kind of spread out throughout the years. But I do want to do a full review of this, and I kind of hate that I'm saying that because I said that about a year ago, that I was going to do a full review of this video game, and I didn't yet, so yeah, here we are, playing it again. Okay. Looks like everything's okay. They have really nice character sprites and models for the characters in this. Everything looks appropriately Super Famicom, and according to the anime, so it's very recognizable. It looks good, sounds good. Even the character face portraits change and for the whatever they're saying, and it's really nice visually. I am playing on the Retron 5, which does bring the graphics up a bit, because the graphics, like the presentation a little, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it makes it 720p. I do have a bunch of adapters for the Super Nintendo hooked up right now that I got recently, that I can play Super Nintendo games in like 1080p, like the upscalers and converters and stuff that I got recently. I have the M Classic, if you're familiar with the M Classic cable that's supposed to upscale to like 4K, which is not really 4K, but it says it is. I have that on this right now. It didn't really seem to have any improvement on the Retron 5 games, but on the actual Super Nintendo, which you can play this on the Super Nintendo, it's just, yeah. So if you only speak English, and you're playing this game and you don't have Retron 5, you can play this on a Super Nintendo. You have to modify the cart loading bay tray, and it's really simple. It's just plastic. You remove it in plastic, and you change out the plastic. I have a 3D printed plastic that goes in it instead, or you can just break it, which is what I did before. But that's not really recommended, not even by me. But you can play this on there, as with any Super Famicom games. You wouldn't get if you only know English, you probably wouldn't get any of the text. But there's not any, like, how to play in this, you know? You can guess your way through most of it. Like, there's just attack, move and attack, and end turn. So it's not that hard to figure out if you just play around with it for a bit. But I would recommend getting this on a Retron 5. With the translator patch. And there's 2 translator patches out there available on romhacking.net, and if you comment on this in the comment section, I will provide you with the one that does work on the Retron, because I have 2 of them, and there might even be a 3rd one, but the one that I'm using now obviously works, which I believe is just called Tenchi Muyo.ips 1.0 file. So there's Sasami, and she's gonna take Sasami because she's the villain of the game, and she's a character that I believe was created for this game. This is the big conflict. I hope that even though I'm talking over it, you can still follow along with the text. I mean, I'm not doing a full game right now. When I do the full review, if, and hopefully when, I do the full review, you'll get more of the story. It won't be a full, like, let's play, but I'll summarize it here and there. Of course, that will be a while, so if you're looking forward to that review, let me know, because I can speed it up. The process of working on that. I have a few reviews that I'm working on currently that I really feel like I almost need to get out. I mean, I do this as casual for fun, but it's just because, like, it's taking so long. Now we're on the character select again, so you just choose them 4 characters for each battle. I believe there's some levels where you have a bunch, when you get a bunch of characters on your team, there's like a level where, like, you're split, I think, and you split up, so you gotta choose your party wisely at that part. And now Tenchi and Ayika are level 2, Ryoko's level 2 as well, and Mihoshi is still level 1, probably because she didn't attack as much or kill as many enemies. So you don't really do anything with this, you just select your team. It's the same characters, but it is important to know that whoever is the first on those pedestals that they're on will be the first one to take their turn, I think. I'm pretty sure that's it. So Tenchi will go first. Well, let's double check that. I'm not going to play through this game too much more because I've talked about most of the basics, and there's a lot of cool stuff to show in this game that goes on later on. The story is pretty good. You go to a spaceship, you go on there's a world map which I wanted to show, but it's kind of like a Mario World type world map. You go to different locations throughout Tenchi's, like, known locations from Tenchi. You go out to, like, the fields, there's like a farm area, there's more enemy types, more villains, more of the familiar Tenchi characters like Washu. I don't think Kyone's in this game. Let me double check if she's on the cover. Kyone was Mihoshi's space police, what's it called? Not co-pilot, but she worked with Mihoshi. But she wasn't existing in the first Tenchi Muyo anime, so that's why I think this is based on the original Tenchi Muyo, not Universe, because I think she was only introduced in Universe. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just want to show you, now that Tenchi's level 2, he has a new attack called Spinning Cut, which, let's just click on it. It shows an area of attack. He can attack not only 3 squares, or maybe it's 3 people. Maybe he'll attack 3 people. Maybe the second number is 3 people. and he attacks all squares within 1 range radius around him. So he can do a really lot of damage there. If I could get him close enough to that group of enemies at one time, he could potentially take about half damage from 3 enemies. But I don't have anything I can do with him on this turn, so we're just ending it there. Let's check out Ayaka, because she has the heal now. She can heal characters. And she walks over there all cute-like and attack. She doesn't have anything that can reach. So I'm going to end her turn. We don't need a heal because we're early on. I think those little green dots, those might be your magic or whatever. Like, they might take something out of your magic. So you know how the green was highlighted in heal? Or wait, the heal was highlighted in green text. I think that means that it takes the, those little magic to use. Like magic beads or whatever. So she's got a really far range attack now, so let's try this once. Shot. And all these moves that these characters are doing are iconic moves that they would do for attacks in the anime. And so that's cool that they have... It's basically a tactical RPG that's very faithful to the style and characters and feel of the Tenchi Muyo anime. There might not be this much like slow-paced battles or wars in the Tenchi Muyo show. It's more fast-paced, and there's the rom-com elements as well. But it feels like they adapted it pretty well into a Super Famicom game. And once again, Mihoshi doesn't get a turn, really. But they did a great job with this game. It's one of my favorite games that I've played on the Super Famicom. That's an exclusive. It's one of my favorite anime. And I'm really happy that this holds up well over time and is still enjoyable and playable today. So I highly recommend this game. If I don't get to the review and I don't get to say it on there, I highly recommend you check this out if you're a Tenchi fan, because it's a lot of fun. It's a little short, but it's fun. Very fun. Now, I do want to do one thing before we end this, and that is... I want to get Tenchi's new attack and show that to you. Well, I have it, but you need to show it to you. Let's see if Ayaka doesn't kill everyone. Oh, left him with 1 hit point. Wow. Wow. There's Ryoko's turn again. Tenchi didn't get to go yet, so I don't know what's up with the turn, like the initiative. I don't know how it's decided, really. Well, she doesn't have to move now. She can just do her attack from there. So stay still and shoot. Boom. And it's a higher level, higher ranking skill, so it does a ton of damage just by default. And, yeah, it's good. It's a good attack. It does like 40 damage, which is way more than her hit points. There's Tenchi's turn. Now, if I can do this right... There's a way I could hit both that monster and the villain girl. So, let's see if I can do... No. I don't know if there's friendly fire in this. Let's find out, because we're not going to play it fully. So if I attack Ayaka, it's not the end of the world. I don't know. Let's try this spinning attack. Oh, no, you don't. You don't. So it blocks out your own characters, which is nice. Very convenient. It only did 2 damage to the main villain, but it did do over 20 damage, which beat out the health of the enemy. And, yeah, there's a couple other things that I want to try and do, but that's just me getting into the game and, like, interested in it again. And I want to play it more, but unfortunately, we're out of time for this video. So, that was it for Tenchi Muyo Gamehead for the Super Famicom, also known as Tenchi Muyo, the game, or the video game for the Super Famicom. It's awesome. I highly recommend it once again. Has everything that you know and love from the Tenchi Muyo anime adapted into a tactical turn-based RPG. It's easy to play. It's fairly easy to play even if you don't know Japanese. You'll be missing out, so I'd recommend trying to find that translation patch, which if you need it, comment in the comment section. If you can't find it online, just let me know and I'll give it to you. And yeah, it's just a really fun game. Alright everybody, have a great Friday. A Famicom Friday. Bye!